If you're like me, you try to control and operate your business all on your own. But when the time comes to outsource a task, it's hard to find someone you can trust, right? Well, outsourcing is an excellent way to leverage your time, especially by letting someone do the tasks that you can't do, don't want to do, don't know how to do, or your time is simply better spent doing something else. But finding a reliable freelancer on websites like Fiverr or Upwork can be a gamble sometimes, as you never really know who or what type of work you're going to get. But don't worry, today I speak with the owner and CEO of FreeeUp, and he has a new and innovative business model that has the perfect solution. Stick around. What's up guys, Crescent here, and welcome back to my channel where I share with you the best tips and strategy videos, just like this one, on how to succeed on Amazon private labeling. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's get started. I have something a little different for you guys today. Nathan, the owner and CEO of FreeeUp, reached out to me recently and introduced me to his business that takes the gamble out of hiring freelancers while making the entire process of outsourcing a breeze. After speaking with Nathan, I realized that our community as entrepreneurs and Amazon sellers especially can benefit immensely from his business if and when you decide to outsource your work. So I wanted to get him in front of all of you guys so he can share his business with you. So without further ado, check out my conversation with Nathan. I'll let him tell you about his business. So welcome guys. I got a new guest with us today. His name is Nathan. He's the owner of FreeeUp. And what he does is he has freelancers that are vetted through his team. So unlike Fiverr and like Upwork and other websites like that, you can have confidence working with them. And so why don't I throw it over to Nathan here and he can tell you about his business.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. So I was a big Amazon seller. I sold over $20 million on Amazon, and I did it all through using freelancers because I started my business when I was in college. I realized college kids were not reliable, and no 30-year-old marketing expert wanted to work for me as a 21-year-old entrepreneur. So
isn't that the case?
I started hiring freelancers and I got pretty good at it. All of a sudden my time went from the stuff I like doing, which was getting new manufacturers and expanding my business, to interview after interview after interview. And I just wanted a faster way. So I created the FreeeUp process where we get hundreds of applicants every week, vet them for not only skill, but attitude and communication as well. Take the top 1%, let them in, and then make them available to you guys rapid fire with 24/7 support and a no turnover guarantee. But us getting you the top 1% doesn't do you much good if you don't know what to do afterwards. So I like to teach people how to hire and how to use and how to create a good culture for your business and get the most out of these freelancers.
So I see. So is this focused strictly for Amazon sellers?
So year one, we were all Amazon sellers, all Amazon freelancers, but word got out to the e-commerce community and we're getting Shopify and eBay and Walmart requests. So we expanded and now we do everything. We work with marketing agencies and software companies and retail, real estate agents. So, I mean, Amazon is always our core and our focus, and that's my background, but we've really expanded to so much more than that.
Right. Okay. So as someone that's new to Amazon, what kind of suggestions do you have for them to get started with outsourcing?
Sure. So I like to say to divide up freelancers into 3 different levels, keeping in mind these are real people and they don't always fit in perfect levels, but you got basic, mid, and expert level. So basic are those $5 to $10 an hour, non-US. They might have years of experience, but they're there to follow your systems, your processes. If you have those in place, they're perfect. It gets you out of the day-to-day operations. Then you got the mid-level people. They're specialists. They do the same thing every day, 8 to 10 hours. Could be optimizing Amazon listings, photography, graphic design, bookkeeping, whatever it is. You're not teaching them what to do, but they're also not consulting with you either. They're there to take projects off your plate. And then you got the experts, the 25 and up, that can consult, audit your business, create a game plan, execute high-level things. They could project manage. They could help create systems and processes. So it just depends where you are in your business. Are you stuck in the day-to-day operations? Do you have that endless to-do list, or do you need that expert to come in and point you in the right direction?
Right. So what kind of price range are you looking at? I know a lot of beginners that are starting off in Amazon are a tight budget. So that's why they gravitate to places like Fiverr where they can get decent work for a smaller budget.
Yeah, I mean, $5 to $10 an hour, usually the non-US, mid-level, 10 to $30 an hour, US and non-US, and the experts are 25 and up. I mean, we have experts that are 30 and we have experts that are 75. So it just depends what you're looking for. I mean, one of the coolest things about the gig economy, which is booming right now, is you don't have to hire a full-time person for
Right.
$150,000 a year. You can hire
Exactly.
a consultant for 2 hours and that two
Let's
hours,
get
yeah,
someone done.
might cost you $100, but it might save you thousands of dollars in making a
Yes.
huge mistake.
Right, right. So what are some of the things that, because I know a lot of the students that I have and a lot of people in my Amazon community, they're not aware of what they could pass off to someone to freelance with. So what kind of jobs do you see coming in from the Amazon side that they could probably use your service for?
Yeah. So the answer is as long as it's not someone in your warehouse, you can outsource it. I mean, everything from PPC to listings to photography, graphic design. There's always data entry work or sourcing or research that can get done by a basic level freelancer. You've got the bookkeeping and the side of the business that everyone forgets, the accounting, the bookkeeping side.
Right.
And there's so many ways that you can get creative depending on what your business process is to really focus on high level things. And I even use them for lead generation for years. I would have
Mhm.
them research manufacturers that let people sell on Amazon, and I would split test sales emails that were written by other freelancers. And that's
Right,
how I
right,
built over 500 manufacturers that I was working with.
right, right. That's awesome. So you said you vet all the freelancers. So how is that different than what Upwork does, and how and why is that beneficial?
Sure. So, I mean, anyone can create an account on Upwork within reason and offer their services. With us, back in the day when we were hiring, we kept getting burned just by hiring people based on skill. You find someone with 5 years of experience, a track record, and it blows up in your face, and you wonder
Mhm.
why. And then you tend not to trust other people because you're like, hey,
Right,
if I hired this someone that was that talented and they messed up, why would I hire again? But
right.
we realized that the key was the attitude and the communication. We want people who love what they do. I'm sure you hate bookkeeping, right? I hate bookkeeping.
Yeah,
If I hire a bookkeeper, they have to love bookkeeping as much as I love being an entrepreneur. Those are the
exactly.
type of people that I look for. And they have to care more about the business and the paycheck, like being a part of the FreeeUp community, all that. For communication, it's everything. Even if you have someone sitting right next to you, communication is important. Never mind across the country. So you need someone who can speak English, respond quickly, be able to give estimates and hit due dates and all this stuff. And we have 15 pages of best practices on communication they have to memorize
Right.
and get tested on.
So, so how do you help the newcomer to using your service, and how do you protect them if something does go wrong?
Yeah. So first of all, my calendar is right at the top of freeup.com. Anyone can book a time with me at any time.
Mhm.
I have assistants that monitor my Skypes and emails 24/7. So if I'm on a podcast or I'm sleeping, you always get instant support. We have a lot of practices in place to protect clients. So for example, freelancers have to respond within a business day at all
Mm.
times. And usually they respond faster, but if it
Right.
ever goes over a business day, you can contact our support staff. And I mean, emails go to spam, stuff happens, but we'll help you get in contact with that person. And then we have a no turnover guarantee. So freelancers on our platform rarely quit. Obviously, it's real life; it could happen. If it
Hmm.
does, we cover all replacement costs and get you a new person
Mm.
right away, so you never take a step backwards. So those are just a few ways we protect.
Right. Right. Awesome. So, does the new client need to do their own um, like the hiring process? Like, how do they go about finding and pinpointing the right person to work with? Do you help them with that?
Yeah, so creating an account is free. There's no monthly fee, minimum obligation. And then once you have an account, anytime you need a freelancer, you click request a worker and you tell us what your perfect freelancer looks like. Is it a US PPC expert? Is it a
Mm.
Filipino customer service rep to work Saturday mornings? And you describe your perfect freelancer. There's 8 questions, takes a minute. And then within a business day, we introduce you to 1 to 3 options. You can meet more if you want to.
Mm.
From there, you can set up an interview them for 10 to 15 minutes, make sure they're the right fit for you, because even the best freelancers in the world aren't the best fit for every single client,
Right.
right? So
Absolutely.
make sure they're the right fit for you. Then you can either click hire or click pass. And if you click pass, you provide us feedback and we get you someone else. And it's really that fast of a process.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. And so you're available to anybody worldwide, right? So different languages, I'm assuming, too, or is it English speaking only?
So our core is English. Our support's in English. We do have translators in other languages, but I'm sure at some point we will branch off of that. But right now our core is English.
Okay. Well, great. That's awesome. So um, I know on Fiverr, they're called Fiverr because they originally started with $5 projects and they branched off to, however much they're charging. So what is your minimum charge for someone that wants to use your service?
So we say $5 to $75 an hour, but the freelancers set their own rates. If you agree to
Okay.
a weekly rate or a monthly rate, we don't say no. It's really between the freelancer and the client. We take our
Mhm.
15%, and the freelancer and the client, you can negotiate, you can agree to fixed prices. There's no limit
Okay.
or minimums.
Okay. So how can someone get a hold of you, or what's your website so they can get on there?
Yeah, go to freeup.com with 3 E's. Like I said, my calendar's at the top. You can click sign up to be a client right there. It takes a minute to create an account, and we are in your back pocket if you need any consultants, freelancers, virtual assistants, always there. And we have a lot of great content on how to get the most out of VAs, how to avoid mistakes that I myself have made back in the day hiring, all on our FreeeUp blog. If you go to freeup.com/blog.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you, Nathan. That was an awesome introduction to your service. And I think for all of our community, everybody, especially on Amazon, it's a great way to take some of the load off of your daily activities. So think of different ways you can do it. Maybe it's something that you're not familiar on how to do it. You can give that job to someone else. So time is money. Leverage yourself. That's the key to success. Thank you, Nathan, for taking the time to show that to us. I'm sure we'll reconnect some other time. We'll see each other in the Facebook group at least, right?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate your time.
Bye.
If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up or share it with a friend. Remember to click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new content. I'd love to hear from you too, so let me know in the comments if you've ever outsourced any work and what difficulties, if any, that you've had. And if you haven't already, join my Amazon Facebook group. There's a link in the description. If you're looking for more tips and strategy videos, click or tap over here. And as always, thanks for watching.